All right, man. First of all, gentlemen, black men, how everybody doing this morning?
Oh shit, man. I'm all right, man. How the fuck you
Oh
feeling? How
man,
the
what it?
fuck y'all feeling, world?
I, I'm okay,
Shit,
but I'm a
I'm
little
feeling. I'm
distraught,
feeling
man.
okay.
I'm be honest, I'm a little
Mhm.
distraught, man. And I feel like everything I fucking wake up to is just more and more towards the destruction of mankind as a whole, as far as peace, love, unity. I mean, even innocent, man. The kids ain't even fucking safe out here, to be honest to you. But I wanted to open this up with a question to you all. What does success mean to you personally?
Uh, to me, success is you setting a goal and you achieving it. Everybody have different measures of success because people want to be in different stages and everything like that of their life.
What about
So
you, Zeus?
I'm just gonna be honest.
I don't know,
Me,
man. Success
it may
probably
sound crazy, but yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead, MC.
I don't feel successful. No, I'm just gonna say I don't feel like I've reached my peak of success. But go ahead, gentlemen.
Uh, shit, success to me, it's probably when you reach a certain place or I guess moment or either place in life that you've been striving for a long time. And then just getting there and then overachieving that. That's success to me. You know,
Yeah,
getting there is one thing, but overachieving it is that's the success part. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking it to a next level, something that you wanted, because you're always going to want to take it to the next level. So I think that's success to me. So
I would agree with both of your definitions, but that's what it used to be with me. But when I'm looking at society and all that, success has turned into just a matter of if I can survive. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers out there surviving allegations. I don't know how the fuck they surviving them that long, but long as they surviving them, they successful to me. A prime example, Dan Snyder. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that cocksucker. Hashtag fire Dan motherfucking Snyder. Put it like that. Dan
I
motherfucking
did not
Snyder.
see that
Fire
shit
that
coming.
cocksucker. Fire that cocksucker. He's successful, you know why? Because he's still on the team. And he got the name changed. And he's still on the motherfucker, even though he behind the bullshit talking about I never changed the team. And now we find out all this pervert ass shit. He got to sneak nipples. Nigga, you a billionaire. Talking about sneaking motherfucking nipples on a video. The fuck is wrong with this dude?
But was it really a
All
sneak
right.
though? Like I think
Yeah, it was. So here's what happened. For the people who don't know, they a
Yeah, you
new
don't form
article.
one. I'm the angry one.
I know. So for those of y'all who may not know, or there's a new report that just came out about an hour or two ago, where it said Redskins owner Dan Snyder is being brought up on even more sexual misconduct allegations because at a photo shoot that the Washington football at the time they were the Redskins, at the time that they were doing a photo shoot for their cheerleaders were basically posing nude for their calendar. Now, obviously, in the calendar, they're covered, but there was a special edition where they kept the camera rolling, where women didn't think that the camera was rolling and they were really being exposed. Like their nipples were being caught on camera, things like that. And the, what is it, president of the time at that team or VP of the team
I think it
said,
was
hey,
the VP.
yeah, the VP,
You talking about
Michael.
Bruce Allen? Oh,
No,
okay.
not Bruce
I'm
Allen,
gonna
the
pull
other
it up
guy.
for you. Hold up.
Yeah, please get his name because this still is real talk by real people. We still like to give you all facts.
Yeah,
Um,
we started
but
off facts over
come on,
opinions.
what is it?
Well, Larry, was it Larry Michael?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Larry
yeah, yeah,
Lead
Michael.
yeah.
broadcaster and
Yeah,
senior vice president the whole time.
yeah. So senior vice president, he said, hey, edit this and make that for Dan, and make that Dan special edition. You know what I'm saying? The nipples
So
and the
we,
women.
so we
Yeah,
really got the Dan Snyder cut.
Like seriously, nah. It says like quote
We
unquote
got the Dan
referred
Snyder
as the
cut.
good bits or the good parts, according to Brad Bacon, a former.
You know what? Shit like this, not to go off. It's a Jack break. I can talk what the fuck I want to. Shit like this make me appreciate this season of the Shy more and stuff like that. Because it's not
mhm.
even like women or people that's in vulnerable position like this. It's the children, dog. It's the fucking children. Like none of these people be
Mhm.
getting justice for these motherfucking children, dog. I mean, it's been happening for years. Remember all the abductions in DC and stuff. We found out what happened with that Pizzagate. And then, you know what I mean,
Yep.
all these flight logs with Epstein and all of that. And all of a sudden, you know how you get out of it, Tom Hanks? I'm a Greece native now.
Hey. Ain't nobody
Well,
talking
well,
about that shit.
technically,
That nigga did
but here's,
But it's been
But
going
here's
on
what I
since
will
Roman
say.
Polanski did it and made a
hold
career
on.
out of it.
That's true. That's true. But here's what I'll say about the whole Tom Hanks thing. Do you think he became a Greek citizen because of this and the abduction of the children, or do you think that he became a Greek citizen because his wife is Greek and she wanted to be a native of her home country?
A little bit of both. Because I don't know, once you enter that certain echelon of life, everything you does have a motive behind it, and it have something to benefit your brand.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it. At the end of the day, once you get to a certain echelon of life, you do whatever it takes to defend your brand, to defend your image. And I think a part of it was to defend his brand and defend his image, because it's kind of ironic after these flight logs get leaked, this happens all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it made him pull the trigger faster. I'm not going to actually question what the man was thinking, but I'm just putting two and two together, just like everybody else out here. But it's just like, it's crazy. Like, for example, Nickelodeon, our whole childhood is ruined. Because pretty much it was so many allegations that came out in the past couple of years or so. Like, pretty much the guy Dan Snyder, he was pretty much the creator of Nickelodeon as we know it. The creator of shows like All of That, Kenan and Kel, iCarly, Zoe 101, et cetera, et cetera. You know what happened on the low 2 years ago? He got, but then racism and Nickelodeon, a whole different thing. That's another topic we won't get into. But as far as this is concerned, you know, he got fired 2 years ago on the low for like sexual allegations and misconduct towards some of these children on these shows. You know, Amanda Bynes came out years ago and talked about some of the sexual harassment he did, and they just labeled her as crazy because this was the middle of her going through court and all of that stuff. And talking about, you know, Drake wanting Drake to murder my pussy and shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. She was having like a breakdown, or it seemed like a breakdown. But you know, the media can go portray shit. But she was on that.
She was on that shit.
I mean, you went from
she was on that
being
shit
known to everything hitting the fan at one point in time. Like at the same time, I don't know if she did it because shit did hit the fan, or she was just the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like whole time as she hit the fan. Like
another one that started off, Ariana Grande. Go ahead. Ariana Grande has said stuff about weird foot fetishes and all that. And while I was on my audition, they wanted me to play with my feet and say certain stuff about feet that sounds like innuendo and stuff like that. It's the interviews is out there, bro.
Yeah. Here's what I will say. This whole little Dan Snyder didn't know of anything and he had no real knowledge. It's bullshit.
It's beyond what was
going on.
Beyond it.
Yeah, he knew what the fuck. He knew what the fuck was going on them islands with them private parties with the VIP suite holders and all that shit. It's no way as an owner you don't know what's going on.
And you already know he's a protege of Jerry. He's a protege of Jerry. If we know one thing about Jerry Jones and what he does is he has control of his team like a dictatorship. He knows everything that's going on in his team, the ins and outs, the ifs and buts. He know all of that shit.
Yeah.
So that's bullshit.
He does.
Like, bruh.
Of course it is.
Hey, Donald Sterling said nigga one time, and what happened to him?
He was kicked out of the NBA.
What's taking a motherfucking NFL so long? See, shit like that is making me less of an NFL fan. But they are like too conservative. Now you hear Roger Goodell all like, I should have listened to Colin Kaepernick.
Listen to Colin Kaepernick,
yeah, don't apologize, suck dick now, motherfucker. When your father was out there holding hands with Rosa Parks and all of that, you forgot about all that shit back in the day. Now you want to bring it up to try to save face. Man, fuck you.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Let's be real about a couple things as well. The NFL, it's definitely trash. And Dan Snyder isn't the only owner who's doing shit like this. It's a lot of them, man. That's doing
let's talk about the Titans owner back in the day, talking about the inmates running the fucking prison. even though he said it wrong.
Yeah.
Calling his players
running
inmates.
the asylum.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
Well,
Them motherfuckers almost got you a Super Bowl. Your inmates almost got you a Super Bowl too, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the sexual allegations as well. Remember Jerry and his yacht parties and everything? Shit was getting crazy with that. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember
crazy.
that shit hit the tabloids when he was like super drunk and he had a little young girl basically down on her knees?
Yeah.
That joint had to
But
be
that's
like
the crazy
19 or
thing.
20.
The oldest could do whatever the fuck they want, but dog, let the player do it. That shit is instant. Fred Smoot.
Of course.
I'm pretty sure it was parties that was way louder than Fred Smoot's, but look what the fuck happened to Fred Smoot.
Yeah. Who else just got cut? What's his name? Reuben Foster, even though he got picked up, but they severed ties with him and off the break before even hearing, you know what I'm saying, a guilty verdict, which was crazy.
But I say it once and I say it again. If you want to know what slavery is in the modern era, watch the NFL.
Yeah. And
You look at the NFL. The NFL combine is horrendous, bro. They make you stand in your drawers and they measure you and everything. They pick out their strongest, fastest, toughest mandingo during them combines. Let's keep it real.
I mean, well, in boxing, they stand on their drawers to get weighed on the scale, sir. They do.
They ain't getting their height measured and all of that, and the width of their arms and all of that. And they ain't taking IQ tests and all of that stuff. They are really they studying their mandingos. They got to run real fast. They got to jump real high. Some got to run them Oklahoma drills. You gotta pick the best mandingo. It's the showcase of the mandingos.
With boxing, they take their height and the width of their arms. I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, but you don't got to fight. You don't got to do a sparring session just to fucking make your first fucking pro bout. You don't have to go to amateurs, really. You don't really have to go to amateurs. You just need the right promoter to get you in them fights right away.
You gotta fight somebody.
Yeah,
you gotta at least be in the gym. You gotta show somebody you can fight. It'd be stupid. Just jump out there. Like
I could pull up some YouTube videos to show you people that didn't have training that had pro fights that literally swing like this in a pro fight. I could show you that shit.
Yeah, and they got their ass whooped. They didn't get that far.
But this the thing, they ain't had to go through all this testing and all this shit in order to get there. Somebody was like, hey, you want to get paid? You're a pro. Ain't that the American dream anyway?
Yeah, to get
just to find an opportunity and make it. I don't know, man. It's just looking at all this stuff this week. Like, how do y'all feel about the unfortunate guy getting shot 7 times in the back in front of his children and all of that?
Jacob Blake. So first of all, let's say his name. Jacob Blake.
Jacob Blake. Okay.
And
Thank
it happened in Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Problem. Here's what I will say.
Right?
Yes, I believe so. Yep, in Wisconsin. So here's what I'm going to say.
Oh, that's questionable. Racine a little bit. But go ahead.
Here's what I'll say. At the end of the day, should he have been shot like that in front of his children? No.
No one deserves that.
No one. But what I'm also going to say is this. It's just like, a famous battle rapper that we all know and love called Loaded Luck said, if you knew better, you would do better. It is 2020. There is no fucking way, even if I want to make sure I get verbal confirmation first, because I'm hearing all these different stories. People are posting memes saying that, oh, he thought that, because he was out there and his intent or his purpose, he was out there breaking up a fight between 2 females. And he thought that once the cops arrived, it would be okay for him to just go and get in the vehicle with his 3 children. I don't give a fuck what's going on. If cops have guns pointed at me, I'm not moving. I'm not, because these cops are scary. A lot of them are full of shit. A lot of them ain't never really been in a real fist fight in their life. And the moment they feel disrespected, they get trigger happy. So
but can we keep it real though? I'm sorry to cut you off. On the low, they fighting for their lives too.
They are.
It's war. It's war right now. And in war, they fight for their lives just like we are.
And for him to go to the vehicle, open up the door. They don't know if he was just going to get inside. They don't know if he was reaching down in the compartment to grab a gun. They don't know what was happening. If that was me, my ass would have been just like this, saying, listen, am I free to go? I'm just here breaking up a fight. I ain't lay no hands on nobody. There's witnesses out here. I will sit here until we get this shit figured out. Because, again, these cops are scary as shit nowadays. They are. They trigger happy. The moment you go to hit a juke or a flinch, they ready to pull the trigger. And again, it's not about being a punk or anything. It's about being smart. This man has what, 6 kids or 7 kids? Now he's paralyzed. So now he has to raise 6 or 7 kids and can't walk again.
Shit breaks my heart.
Yeah, that's
what you think, Zeus?
Why they ain't tackle him? Oh, I was just about to go on that point.
Shit, they should have tased him. That's what they should have did. Just tase him. If he kept walking, like
I was thinking about that too. I was just like, man, they should have at least tased him or
tase him
before getting him into the car. I think that was more of an intentional thought. Like they was acting it out, playing chess. Like, oh, we're going to go ahead and let him get to the car, and then we're going to just go ahead and unload. Like they didn't have their taser guns out; they had their actual guns out. So it was a difference from when they're going to restrain a person, and then they have the intent to actually kill someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure where he was hit at, but I'm sure if it was above the waist, that was intent to kill. So
of course it was.
He got shot in his spine 7 times. The man grabbed him. He grabbed him by his shirt.
Yeah.
That shit looked hella personal when he grabbed him by his shirt and did that shit. But I mean, at the same time, like you said, why they ain't tackle him or kick him? I see videos literally the same day of officers in New Zealand in a very similar situation. They found a way to get the knife from him. He had a knife in his hand, by the way, too.
Man, they hit that nigga with a car. That's how they got it out of his hand. They ran that nigga over.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what they did.
But they kicked it out of his hand. But that's not extreme force. You get hit 10, 15 miles an hour, you ain't dying.
Sir, extreme force from a damn 8,000-pound vehicle? That's not
at 10 miles per hour? At 10 miles per hour?
Okay, you know what? When I get out there, let me drive your car. Let me hit you at 10 miles an hour.
Let's do it. Yes, I got hit by one 10 miles per hour. Ain't shit.
That's fine.
Scooby snacks. Scooby snacks.
I'm going 10 miles an hour and I'm going to hit your ass when I get out there.
Dog, you died way quicker from a dog than that.
That's fine. Okay.
You died way quicker from a gun than that.
I'm going to hit you with the vehicle. I'm just going to let you know. I'm hitting you with the vehicle.
We're going to record it. Let's get views. Let's get views. I'm not going to get bad.
Okay, that's fine.
Not going to get bad.
That's fine. You let me know when I get out there. You let me know what day. Take your vitamins. Do whatever you got to do. Because
I don't got to do shit. Eating it.
Okay, that's fine.
Eating it. I'd rather take that than shots point blank.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd rather take that too. Shit, most people got a chance to survive in a car crash. Without getting hit by a car at 60 miles an hour.
And then speaking of shots, like why they have like the rubber bullets or something? Like, come on, man, they could have had.
It's a lot of ways they could have avoided doing what they did, but at the same time, it's like, bro, if you in a position, what would you do?
Hey, listen, Pops. This is what he asked for, okay?
Exactly.
He volunteered. I'm not here to hit him on, this off and no crazy. He volunteered. He said that it ain't nothing he could eat it. Okay.
It's better to take it bullets point blank. We agree with that, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's better than
that's all the point I will approve. It's better to take a bullets point blank.
Yeah, but
you got a way better chance of survival.
All right, so let me just get this straight. You're saying instead of it's not funny, man, because we talk about a serious matter, but I just want to get this straight. So you saying to apprehend someone is to get hit by a car 10 to 15 miles per hour because it's better than taking a bullet.
No, it's a better way. The best way is to just tackle them. It's 7-on-1. Just tackle the motherfucker. It's not hard.
Of course.
And you got all the protection and shit. They could have tackled him. Like you said, Zeus, they could have tased him.
They could have
rubber bullets.
The thing was, they let him walk from
one side of the car to the other. They let him go in the deck.
He had the intent to go inside his car, step in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I know you're trying to tell him. That's when you already got one officer with the gun pointed on him. One was supposed to go ahead and try to tackle him to take him down. And that's when you're supposed to tase him. and then use whatever force that you're supposed to, get him into custody. You know what I'm saying? That's just the proper way how you're supposed to do it, at least to my knowledge. Not wait until he do something and just go ahead and shoot the man and just be like, fuck it, I didn't even try to, restrain him, from even setting himself up in this situation.
Yeah.
And then bullshit yells, drop the knife.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's the knife?
Exactly.
Where's the knife?
Exactly. Yeah, now that was bullshit right there. Yelling out, drop the knife. Like, come on, man. They got to stop with this bullshit. They really do.
And that's why it goes to my beginning point, bro. Success to me means surviving in this fucked up world. Long as we surviving, bro, we doing all right in this world. No matter what the fuck is going on. Because there's a lot of people who ain't surviving out here off some bullshit like that.
It is. But yeah, I mean, well, it's just like what I talked about this past Sunday, where I said the dude had the knife. He was walking up to the convenience store. He was followed by 10 police officers. 10. One man with a knife, 10 police officers. You telling me 10 police officers couldn't subdue him, couldn't grab him, couldn't all put their tasers on him and then grab a hold of him and harass him versus just waiting for him to hit the concrete by the gas station to walk in the convenience store and then air his ass out?
And you followed him too. Yeah. If you put somebody in a red naked chokehold, a dude on the ground, they arms flat out like they can't stab you. Somebody can easily take the knife while you got them in the L real quick.
Bro, let me tell you something.
I don't know. They taking that L all the way.
Bruh, it's not an L. First of all, it's called being reactive and fighting for your life. I have no police training. One of the things that happened to me with the previous company that I worked for, I went out there to make a stop on somebody who was stealing. The man literally went down in his pants. I saw that he had the handle of something. It was not a gun. It looked like it was probably a knife handle. I literally grabbed him by his arms, threw him up against the wall while the rest of my team jumped on him and we grabbed him, threw him down, and put him in handcuffs. So you telling me who has no police training can do that, but motherfuckers who spent time in an academy go through all this training.
And it's like a year too. It's like 6 months before you get in the academy because you got to take a psychological and physical training.
Exactly.
And that's before you learn the extra training in the academy, which takes like a year damn near to get past.
Exactly.
So, bruh, what the fuck is going on out here?
They don't care. That's all it is. They don't care. That's all. And here's what the media does. And the media does a great job of spinning things. They do a good job of editing the video clips the right way. They know how to incite people and get them caught up in a race war. Kudos to the media today.
Like why we have Netflix, AMC, and all of that when all of that shit is right there on the local news. I watch Nightcrawler every day. Watching the news is watching Nightcrawler every day.
In a way.
Yeah.
There's always some wild shit.
But then, like, this particular video was edited masterfully. It got straight to the shit, to the point everybody's like, "Arr!" But if you really look at it, it's like, dog, they're fighting for their life too. And he went in there and looked like he pulling out something. The drop the knife shit was bullshit. I wondered, did the person shooting say drop the knife, or did somebody else say it to cover it up?
I mean, of course, somebody said it to cover it up.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, I'm not hearing of a weapon that was in sight or that was even involved. That would have been the case, if it was. So therefore, no weapon, no anything. He was just going to the car, probably off of something that was edited before the clip started.
Yep, he probably, it's true too. Because trust me, if you got the right edit man, cameraman, shit, you can make anything look like anything. He could have said, "Look, I don't got nothing to do with this shit. I'm getting in the car with my kids, man. I got my kids in the car. I'm going home."
And that's what it looked like. He was going to open the door, see if was they all right.
Yep.
He was going to check on his kid. That's a natural reaction, though.
Yeah.
I know I'm going through this with my daughter in the backseat. I'm trying to see my daughter straight real quick. And then you can do what you want with me.
I was about to say that. And here's the thing. Just also another scenario, he could have been opening up the door to hit the unlock button because with a lot of vehicles, all the doors don't unlock at the same time. It's usually the driver's side door when the key is in the car. Yeah. So if you got to open that up, hit the unlock button to open up the rest of the doors. He probably could have been doing that just to check on his kids and say, "Look, y'all okay?"
And let me tell you how ignorant people are. We didn't find out who the two women was, but I guarantee you, one of the women, it was like a domestic dispute. It was his baby mother and some other chick that was fighting that he broke up and all of that. They gonna make him look like dog shit, like he even mattered. Same thing they did to George Floyd. They try to make him look like dog shit. All that shit he did before did not matter at that moment.
No,
an innocent man still died.
Especially when the last offense that George Floyd had was like back in 2010. Like, you telling me a person can't change in 10 years? Fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying. But they found out all this dirt about him and they made him look like dog shit.
Yep.
That's why I'm hoping these two women are strangers to him.
But you know what it was too? It was to make some of the patriotic folks, the I'm boycotting Nike folks upset. Oh, that's just like I called somebody out on their post because I said, so you're more upset at the fact that he got an American flag at his funeral versus the fact that he was killed unlawfully. You're more upset about him getting a flag. Yeah, because he doesn't deserve it. Veterans deserve it. People who died in war deserve it. Okay. I'm sure he didn't ask to die that day either.
I'm sorry. Flags can be burnt, but your soul can't. Fuck that. Because you're still a human, you're still a part of the family, you're still an individual with a life if you burn every flag of America right fucking now.
Yep.
And y'all talk about, and they talk about materialistic people and all of that. Symbolism is also part of being materialistic in a way.
Of course it is. And at the end of the day, I think we covered this on a previous show before. We've covered this on a previous show about the different things and the meanings of, you know what I'm saying, like disrespecting the flag. People who wear fucking American flag bikinis and shorts and things like that, and they're being advertised and everything. That's disrespecting the flag. It just is.
But I feel like we're the only people, or I might be the only one who sees the bigger picture in all of this. All of this is just causing division amongst our people in society. I'm talking about the people in our class. Not the upper class and all that. The people in our class, middle to upper middle class.
Most of the upper class don't give a shit. They going
exactly.
Have a little foundation and then they keep it moving. Like I told people,
they're part of the first 15 minutes of this pod, pretty much what we talked about.
Exactly. At the end of the day, guess what? Chance the Rapper, Will Smith, people like that. They don't have the type of trouble that George Floyd and Jacob Blake and all that have. They don't have that issue. They don't.
Not at all. Not at all. But all of this is just further causing the division, and we just playing right into it.
Of course.
Like little puppets. Little puppets. And it's crazy because this is supposed to be the woke generation, and everybody supposed to be sheeple and all of this shit. But the main ones that's calling it out are the main ones that's baa all fucking day in my ears. Like, why do people not see what's going on here?
Of course, because the things that get mass media attention is when it's black versus white.
And then there's a crazy thing, because remember we talked about it, how like the little 5-year-old boy got shot and all of that stuff. And then there was a lot of people mad because that didn't get media attention. Fuck the media attention. We don't want the media attention. We don't want the shit to fucking happen. You dumb
we
motherfucker.
don't want it to happen.
That's what pisses me off.
Yeah, and then if it does happen, what we want is for social justice to happen, which it did. They caught the guy. He's facing life in prison, and he's probably going to get it. Which, you get a lot of these cops and things like that, they get off. They don't face consequences.
But do you look at that? But do you look at that as like not a victory or a victory? Because a lot of people don't look at that as a victory towards social injustice as a whole. I
look at it as a victory. Anytime, here's the thing:
Because the first thing you're going to say is, why it happened to all these other people, but it happened to them instantly because it happened to a white. That doesn't matter.
To a black man, yeah.
That doesn't.
Here's the thing: social justice is social justice. So here's the thing: if a black man rapes a Mexican woman, or if a Mexican man rapes a black woman, etc., we can go all around all the races. As long as people are getting their just due in the justice system, I'm fine with it. I don't give a fuck what the race is. If you actually did the crime, you should be doing the time. It's just that simple. I don't care who it is.
What you guys say, Zeus?
Shit, I don't know, man.
Zeus, like I'm just moderating and I'm just letting y'all just.
I'm just like y'all flow. Because at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my words over this or waste my breath. If I ain't about to take no action or do something for a cause, I already said my opinion on everything. Shit not gonna get fixed until they start from the main get-go of, I guess, even just the Constitution within itself. You know what I'm saying? Or just starting with, you know what I'm saying, like people actually being knowledgeable what the fuck is going on, and then knowing that you got rights too and shit. Some people just don't even know that and put themselves in stupid situations. So I mean, it's a lot. So I kind of not really, I don't want to waste any more words on it. Like, I mean, the shit was fucked up. I gave my opinion on that. You know, they should have, you know, restrained them, and then everything else that's going on is more fucked up because you got people that's creating the problem more versus helping it. And then you got the other majority of people that don't even know if they're actually really supporting or if they really helping the problem because they don't know now if the support is really helping. So, I mean, and then you got the people that just really don't give a fuck. So,
all right. Now, let me ask y'all this.
So
I know y'all gave me a lot of flack because y'all like, look, Kyrie Irving, you know what I'm saying? He don't have nothing to play for. The Brooklyn Nets are going to get smashed in the first round, which they did, and Kyrie didn't come back to play. They got obliterated. But George Hill made a comment while he was sitting there at the podium, and he said, I wish we never came to this place, meaning the bubble, because I knew that people were going to lose sight of what is going on. So, gentlemen, my question is, how do you feel about George Hill's comments? And then Victor Oladipo even followed up and was like, we have to do more. Like the t-shirts, the kneeling and all that, it's not enough. So how do y'all feel about that?
Think about this. If basketball is going to distract our attention from this matter, then we have a short attention span. I just think people just need to stop saying that shit. This is a fucking excuse.
I'm not even going to call it an excuse because I got to be honest with you. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. And this is what I've just noticed. Here's the thing. This is just what I've noticed off of the few hundred friends or whatever that I have on social media. It went from when there was no sports, everything was about supporting Black business, Black Lives Matter, you know, all this kind of stuff. Say her name, Breonna Taylor and everything. But then once the NBA playoffs started, it was kind of like, oh, you know, where all my Lakers haters at? You know, Lakers is doing their thing. They beat Dame. You know, Clippers in trouble. Clippers not going to beat the Lakers. It was a lot of basketball talk. And like, it even took for, like I told you, nobody was talking about the clip of the guy at the gas station being followed by the 10 cops and then gunned down. It literally took for the Blake thing to blow up for people to finally start posting it on their timeline. So I'm going to say, I get what you're saying, Zeus, and it shouldn't, but a lot of times sports does. It just like we use this podcast, just like we use Madden and Mutt and everything to get our mind off of things. People use different things to get their minds off of reality. And I don't mind that because we all need a break. Like we all can't surround ourselves because if we actually take the time.
We do need certain things to go ahead and get our mind off reality. And what we do, we go right back to it and handle that shit. So it's like, it's no difference.
But no,
that's true too. It's like you take your mind off of it temporarily, but it ain't gone.
Right.
But it's almost like forgive and not forget.
But here's
like people forget right away.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: it's some people who take their minds off of it completely, and all they worried about literally is basketball. Like I literally have people right now that's begging, saying, "Look, I really hope we have an NFL season. I really hope we have an NFL."
Basketball is not really. Yeah, I swear to God, basketball. What's big taking the shit off of people's minds, and with basketball, I would say it's actually helping more with it being on versus it's not, because you see it every time before a game. So now you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? And then when the players talk about it, they actually using their platform. So they actually.
But can I ask you something?
Why you look at the jerseys, names on the back of the jerseys?
I don't see. Yeah, that's what.
But can I ask you something? But can I ask you something? So I'll challenge you on this. And Mr. Jones, I'll even challenge you on this. So you said that, hey, you see it at the beginning of the basketball games, you said that. At what point does it come to where it's repetition and it becomes normal and you just become numb to it and you don't
complacency?
Yeah, complacency. Just like you said.
I will use the rule of habit. 3 weeks. That's the rule of habit. 21 days to make a habit, 21 days to break it.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, even though we're seeing it, how many people who may be against this whole Black Lives Matter movement just say, fuck it, let me just look at the bottom of the jersey because I know that's where their names are. So I know that's where I can see James. I know that's where I can see Harden. I know that's where I can see Westbrook, and forget about everything else that's going on.
The majority.
Yeah, it is. So
the majority.
That's what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, here's the thing, and y'all can disagree, but what I get tired of the prowess of, sports brings people together and all that.
No, fuck it don't.
No, hold on, it does, because I've been at sporting events and I know I can look at some people and say, yeah, you probably said the nigger word quite a few times in your life, but they high five me and all that when the team scores and everything. But at the end of the day, when we leave the arena, what the fuck is happening?
I don't know, bro. And then what you saying that, you just think about a whole bond that you just got from an experience that you probably would have never got without that experience.
That's true.
That man probably never shook the, or you never, even it might be vice versa. You probably never shook a white man hand a day in your life. You never probably had a white man. Period. I'm just saying. I'm using reverse.
In general.
I'm just using reverse role. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people that really don't get to go out. You know what I'm saying? It may be, you know what I'm saying, an Asian dude, you know what I'm saying, with a Mexican, you know what I'm saying? He might just actually got out from his family and shit. Like, oh my God, like I had a conversation. It's not what I depicted of, what everybody portrays, or I guess, or the statistics, you know what I'm saying, that they put out. So with that being said, if you're building bonds with this sport, I mean, I think that's helping more than anything else, because you might be on the street and see somebody else, you're like, you know what, man, I did chop it up with this dude at the game, man, he was pretty cool, man. I don't think, he got the intentions of this. You might put somebody else on game. So I don't know.
I would say naturally it's supposed to bring people together, but it got patronized over the past few years as almost like a rallying cry for division. When 45 went on there and started talking about the disrespect of the flag and everything, stuff changed. It changed a lot. I heard a lot of lifelong football diehard fans talking about, I'm protesting the league now because I feel like the flag is getting disrespected and all that. It got perverted. The idea of bringing everybody together got perverted when politics started getting majorly involved in it the past 5 years or so.
Well,
everything we have is a plot for division at this point.
I hate to say it, but it's almost one of those things. It was the perfect strategy if you was a business company, politic, to hop on the bandwagon. If you were trying to get anybody's view or some type of attention, you would include this in your slogan some type of way. So I'm not going to say I give them a pass for it, but I've just seen it coming. It's just a point to the point that you got to weave the bullshit out, probably.
It's a lot of weaving, though. You be entangled forever in the bullshit. But, I mean, my thing is controversy create cash. I always mention that book by Eric Bischoff because that's the realest thing you ever hear in business. Controversy creates cash. Always does. It always do. So I can see why a lot of people, even recently, all of these companies saying Black Lives Matter or anything and everything like that. Hey, sales don't went up. So I can see what you mean, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean it's right morally.
It's not. I never said that. That's why I had to mention that. I was like, it don't make it right. It's just,
Yeah,
I just seen it coming. Like,
yeah. But the thing is, you seen it coming. I seen it coming. Why these millions of people don't? Because I'm not going to discredit my intelligence or nothing, but it's just a lot of people that's probably smarter than me in certain areas, in a lot of areas. But at the same time, I feel like where's people's vision in this woke era that we live in? That's why I said we so woke, we sleepwalking.
I don't know. I'm just gonna leave people be and leave their thoughts alone and shit. You know, every day is some type of scandal or somebody got an opinion about something. That should be batshit crazy. But a lot of people, because it sounds good, they hop on a bandwagon and go with it.
But it's to the point though, I need help personally. It starts to affect me. I wake up to different bullshit on my timeline and stuff every day to the point it's like I don't even want to be bothered.
Now
I want to,
What bullshit are you talking about specifically?
I'm just talking about like post of hate, like racial posts, like different like fights, women beating on. I mean, women get beaten on by men. I see this stuff every day when I wake up on my timeline. Yeah. I even did the cleaning, delete certain people that's toxic on my timeline, and it still finds its way to me. And it's to the point. It's to the point I just want to get off the grid and hide.
True, but here's what you also have to understand, Mr. Jones. This is the era of I need to do things for shock value. It's funny to piss people off. Even if I don't believe this, let me post it to piss a bunch of people off. You get what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I've given plenty of examples. I've been in groups. I've been where some people have been on my timeline. And, oh, LeBron James is trash. He's the most overrated, greatest player of all time. And I'm just like, you do realize that you're using a fucking oxymoron in your post, right? But it's for that shock value. That's what everybody is there for, the shock value. And to me, it's bullshit. And with stuff like that, I just keep scrolling. I really do. I laugh and I keep scrolling.
But it got to the point is when I do keep scrolling, it's like back to back to back. So I was like, I gotta cut this off.
Yeah, and that's what I do. A lot of times I'll just close the app and then I'll just be in a group text.
But for what we do though, that's detrimental. We talk about these things. We give our real perspective on these things. That's why people listen to us, because of the transparency we have on this show.
But then it's also like how I said earlier, it's all what you put your energy to. Like, long as you you put too much energy to it. That's exactly all it is. I understand. Like, I know me, I'm a critical thinker. Like, I'm constantly thinking about something. Like, you guys having a discussion, I'm sitting here trying to think about the next topic. But anyway, just with that being said, if I see some bullshit, I'm not about to waste my energy. I probably maybe give it 2 sentences. And if I don't comment, I don't even think I'm probably going to think about it for the rest of the day, because I didn't even fucking waste my Twitter fingers to even put in my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Which probably wasn't even going to go anywhere. So,
but let's keep it real personally. Everybody knows I'm the emotional one on this show. I'm the one that probably takes stuff in the heart, and I'm the one that probably dig into people's psyches when they do stuff more than anybody. So like, it's very easier said than done in my perspective. What are like some tips and stuff that I can use to try to block out the energy, but still use this in a positive manner to continue the progression of this show and things like that?
So here's what you can do. This is something that I do. Either I'll unfollow that person, or what I'll do is I'll write my comment, and then at the top right of the post, it's like the 3 dots. I click on turn on notifications, and then I click the 3 dots again and click turn off notifications. So I've said what I said to pretty much set that person straight, and then I just keep it moving. You get what I'm saying? Because guess what? At the end of the day, their response back does not matter to me. Like, I do that with a lot of posts. Like it's people that just say, even you already know that football group that we were a part of, you left it because why? It's literally a bunch of idiots in there, and they allow hate to drive them to make posts versus the actual facts and what's going on. But as far
I'm trying. That's part of me trying, but it's still getting to me.
I get it, but at the end of the day, a lot of times here's what I do. You look at it, and even before you go to type, just close the app. Like close it. And then what I'll do is I'll walk away, I'll do something else. And then that way when I go back to open the app back up, a lot of times even when I see it, it just doesn't matter to me. You get what I'm saying? Like that's just what I do, because at the end of the day, I realize that we are in an era where everything is about clout. People want the most comments on there, and people don't even want the most organic comments. They'll say what they want to say on there just for shock value, just to be seen, just to be heard.
Just to run the comments up, just to run the likes and shares up.
Exactly. That's all it is. And I refuse to waste time and energy on it, because usually when you have people like that, I don't waste my time. And great segue, because like one of the things that I don't give a lot of
let's prime example, dumb shit. I got you. Nigga wrote the other day, and the shit was hilarious because he got exactly what he wanted. And this goes with what we just said. I think he says, if you catch the bus, you are broke nigga or female, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just plain and simple. Like if you catch the bus or metro or the train or any type of service, you broke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z rides the train.
I know, but here's the thing. But here's the thing. Go ahead. Tomorrow getting upset.
See, this is the shit I'm talking about.
Please, you say your piece, and I'm gonna say mine as well.
Just stop.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
But once you think about it, like I seen it, and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm job blown. I'm like, nigga, you stupid as shit. Like, why would you even write this? But I did say what I wanted to say. Hey, if you wanted some attention today, that's all you had to say. You know what I'm saying? And then I kept it moving. I didn't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? I think he replied. But it is what it is. And that shit just, I don't know. I just left it alone. But yeah, that's the prime example of that shit. Because why niggas catch the train or the bus. Even just in general. Like, it's not because somebody's broke or in poverty. Like, it's just probably the best way or transportation to get to work versus driving. Like,
I'm not riding in a car in New York every day if I lived in New York City.
No.
I ain't riding no car in New York City.
I was about to say, first of all.
Or LA.
Exactly. I was about to say, with these parking garages and everything charging LA, but you know what I also think about when people make posts like that? They're talking about it's essentially ignorance. Those are the individuals who have never really been outside their state. They've never really traveled. They've only gone to maybe 2 locations that everybody goes to. They go to Florida, to Miami, or they go to Ocean City, Maryland, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So those are the individuals I refuse to waste my time with arguing with, because they haven't been out. They haven't experienced it. Like I said, first of all, let me tell you something. I live in Jersey. New York is nothing but an hour to an hour and a half car ride for me. I don't even drive my fucking car to New York. I still get on the train if I want to go visit New York. You know why? Because I'm in fear of going to a fucking parking garage that is going to charge me $75 just to park my car for the day. And if I sit there overnight, that is an additional $75. And guess what? And here's the thing. It has nothing to do with being broke. I'm sorry. What can I do with $150 in New York? I'm at a rooftop bar right now. That'll get me quite a few drinks.
But you know what I'm saying though? Like, but broke people think that way. Rich people save. Rich people save. And all people that's rich, they have more than one form of revenue.
Of course they do.
This nigga probably don't even got a job saying that.
Probably doesn't.
Oh,
his drawers and socks ain't even clean. His socks ain't even clean.
98. Brand new 1998 Honda Toyota Corolla.
I bet you ride on that good old 1964 Flintstone mobile, nigga. Foots talking that bullshit.
Yeah, but
see,
like I said,
look, like that post. It's like
It's triggering, and that's all it is.
It's triggering.
It got me. You see how it got me? That's my problem.
Exactly. And
I see that too much.
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's why I don't waste my time. I say my piece, and I make sure I say it in a way where I'm being sarcastically factual, because I've had it where I've said things sarcastically and people be like, oh, that's bullshit and all that. Then when I give them the facts, then it's, oh, no. And I'm like, wait, so USA Today isn't a reputable source? Oh, ABC News isn't a reputable source? But
that's another thing too.
Yeah.
What is a reputable source?
I mean, to me, it's people who produce factual things in the past and things like that have measured up. But I mean, one of the points or emphasis that I was going to make, even to add on what Zeus said about people doing things for shock value, that's just like, it was a guy who made a post and there was some facts to it, but then there was the other part to it where I was just like, why are you still trying to like cape for this dude? Where he was like, I forgot his name. He was some rapper, a bunch of tattoos all over him. He was like, the same ones that saying, Tory shouldn't have shot Meg is the same dudes who allowing their sisters or cousins to get beat up, and they at the family functions playing dominoes and all of that with the dude. Let me tell you something. I told people, and I said this on the post, I said, clearly this guy just wants a feature. That's what he wants. He wants a feature from Tory because he's an up-and-coming rapper, and he thinks that Tory Lanez is going to propel his career, and this will bring him the shock value that he needs. But to me, yes, I do have a younger sister, but I also have an older brother. Both of us know how to use handguns. If somebody even thinks they're stupid enough to put their hands on our sister and think that they're going to come to a family function and be able to dwell in the family function and nothing happens to them, they've clearly got one of the best packs of angel dust that is out there on the market. Plain and simple.
And if they try to run over us, Uncle Sam got them. Motherfuckers. I swear to God, yeah.
Like seriously, but it's people doing things like that just for the shock value. Because at the end of the day, I told y'all, there's only literally one scenario. We talked about it on this show. There's only one scenario that justifies if the shooting happened in the car, and it's if Meg actually drew on Tory. If she never drew a gun on him and he just picked that shit up out of his pocket or under the seat, he's trash. He literally has a 5%, not even, I said 10%, he has a 5% chance of being okay on my side. And I'm hearing women and everything defending him. Oh, Megan shouldn't have been running her mouth, and she shouldn't have been saying what she was saying to Tory and all that. Like, are you serious right now?
They do probably beat on them.
Exactly. Your dude beats on you. You feel like you ain't shit. You not going to amount to shit with a mindset like that. I'm just going to come out there and say it. They not going to amount to shit. They not going to have shit. They not going to be shit. Their kids never going to have shit because of that mindset.
I need to come talk about that shit though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And my thing is
this, like, it's no clarification. I mean, like clarifying it or just trying to sweep it under the rug. But he needs to give his point of view because we need to know what.
At this point, whatever he say, it's going to sound worse. He just wait the court.
Nah, not really. I ain't even gonna lie to you because it could have been awesome shit. Because now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about the wound and shit, and then it's like what I said on our previous show. Like the nigga was probably bucking at the ground on some goofy ass shit, and like she probably got hit by like a fragment of the bullet, like shit, and then they got hit.
Ricochet.
Yeah, or some shit like that. So, I mean, it still don't make it any different. But what if it wasn't even an altercation between those two? Like, what if it was some other shit and then they got into an altercation because she intervened with some shit?
Well, that's the very first theory I said.
Yeah,
right. But I don't know. That nigga
theory,
needs to clear the shit up so that way we could just be either hate this nigga just to hate this nigga or hate this nigga without speculations, okay?
Hey, but listen though. The only two options are hate. So why the fuck would he say something right now? You just get it to him. We gonna hate you regardless, nigga. You might as well wait the court.
Exactly. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not going to matter. Like to me, like I said, there's only one scenario. And again, like I tell people, if your life is in danger, it don't matter if it's fucking man, woman, or child. If somebody whips out on you and you got to fight for the gun, you got to do what you got to do at that point.
Because it don't matter who hold it. The
Exactly.
scariest niggas got the best aim for some reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now.
No matter who hold it.
Bro, my own blood brother told me one time. He was like, dog, I don't know what the fuck. He was smoking, drinking, chilling. We was just talking about, you know what I'm saying? I think it was The Wire or something like that, and people getting killed. He told me, he was like, dog, you ever whip out on me, you better be prepared to use that shit. Because if not, we gonna have some fucking problems, and you may not live to see the next day. So if my own blood brother told me that, again, that's why I say that's a reason or an excuse. That's the only way I can excuse Tory is if it comes out and it's evidence that Meg whipped out. If she never whipped out and Tory did, he's trash completely.
I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah, that's true because pulling your gun out on somebody is the closest you are to God.
Yep.
You are the decider of life right then and there.
Pretty much. My
life is in your hands at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, if you don't pull it out and you ain't trying to take mine, then that survival of the fittest. You successful if you survive.
Yep.
That's how I look at it. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, let me ask y'all this question though. To go back to everything in my therapy. Is it a way that you could social media cleanse and still be effective in a platform like this?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, it's literally it's training yourself. So even if it sounds like you need to have somebody around you. So take your lovely wife and have her. And then, because here's the thing with women and what I've noticed about women pick up on our body language. Women pick up on when we make faces, when stuff is bothering us. And when you are really looking at something and you thinking about typing, have your wife around you. That way she can say, no, come on, let's go outside. Let's do this. Or no, let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that y'all going to do. And she makes you put your phone down right then and there. Once that happens about 3 to 4 times, you'll be able to train yourself. Because remember, before, even in that NFL group that we were in, remember I used to be able to sit there. I can go on and debate with people for hours. Now, I don't waste my time. I don't.
I think it's also too, you need to have a balance on your feed. Like you gotta have things that's more inspirational, motivational.
Exactly.
So that way it kind of weaves it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
Just because of your lifestyle, I can't really suggest IG models because that works for me. But in the mix, you know what I'm saying? That weaves out a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I throw a like that way, and then that way I don't have to think about.
But even that get me bad though. Cause you see all that. Subscribe to my only. Why are you whoring yourself? You probably actually got a mind behind it. Man.
Well, no, all right. So look, I swear to God, I'm gonna say this for another Jack.
I'm a fucked up individual mentally.
I want to talk about like, have y'all ever seen like somebody I was following? She was just like cute. She had a nice following, and then like she got her OnlyFans, and then she became ugly to you all of a sudden.
I'm not gonna say that she just became ugly, but
like you just also like, what the fuck? Why did you even do this to yourself? Like, look at you. It's not. You don't even look right no more. I don't know, man. It's the same like, or like maybe one joint that you seen like you'll probably see all the time, and then like you went to the strip club, and then like you seen her naked, and was just like, damn, sorry, all right. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. OnlyFans is like Amazon. I said the strip club's about to start going out of business, bro. Give it a couple years.
Man, I swear to God, some of these
because you can book your one-on-ones and shit through OnlyFans too.
Some of these OnlyFans got some of these girls looking real average. Just saying.
I mean,
especially when they be trying to go out, they be trying to dance, they can't dance, they ain't there to dance, like a lick in their life, like whole time, like.
Well, at the end of the day, we know what it is. A lot of times, what I've learned too is like with social media, it's angles. That's what it is. It's angles.
Exactly, and then once that camera on, them angles are gone. Like
exactly,
totally different.
Exactly. like what's the chick name? KKVSH or something like that. Her angles are dope, but when you actually see her video and in action, you like, man, she literally a regular little round away joint. Like, I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying more than $100.
But I don't want to categorize it, but a lot of them are.
Oh, of course it is. A lot of them look
I
fucking
mean, quite a few of them we know. He went to high school with, B.
Yeah.
Keep it real. I ain't gonna promote you and say your name, but it's a few of them went to high school with on that joint. I'm like,
I ain't about to throw out nobody like that.
Drake album, nothing was Drake album, never was the same, I guess.
It was one somebody threw out there recently, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, you got one." Woo, woo, woo. And I seen that shit. I was like, "Oh no, hey, you out here doing this shit?"
Exactly.
I mean, look, I didn't know hate. You found a new way to hustle, but at the same time, it's like, how do you expect people to respect you more doing all of this?
OnlyFans worse than going to the weed man and shit. You know why? Because when you go to a random weed. I'm gonna say a random weed man. You can't say like your regular. Your connector shit. Going to a random nigga, they always say what they got. They always promote it well, but that shit can always be some huff, or that shit can always be whack. That shit worse than that, because that OnlyFans, they be like, oh yeah, we can follow me.
That is true. That is very true, though. I ain't never compared it like that, but I mean, one hustle is all hustles. Same rules.
Then you see that shit. It's like 3 videos and 4 pictures and all them don'ts, champ and shit. Like,
you're right, though. It's all about angles, though. But it's crazy, though, how the game just evolves like that. Because at one point it was all about the strippers, then the bartenders took over, and now it's like everybody can do it because there's a such thing as OnlyFans.
Yep, but hold on, we're gonna talk about OnlyFans in a second. Zeus, we know that you have to leave, sir. We appreciate you. We really do.
All right, man. Y'all hold it down with shit.
All right, we will. We love you, my brother.
See you Sunday, brother.
You know what it is.
Exactly. Hey, and we about to get in that mud action all week for you jabronis, okay? Madden 21, we whooping ass. TMS, we on the way.
Bet. What's the Twitch? Because we gotta do it on Twitch. For all you Xbox heads out there.
Okay, it's just too much show. That's it. We don't make it complicated. It's just too much show.
Yeah. I'm be having my weekly challenges. If you want to see me in some UFC, some fight night. That guy too, if you want to see him in some fight night, we always available. We whooping ass. We whooping ass. I'd have proved myself already. Shout out to you people out there.
Absolutely. But like, here's the crazy thing with OnlyFans. So it's like with OnlyFans, you have people who weren't getting naked. Like the original intent of OnlyFans
it's supposed to be like a Patreon.
Exactly. People go on there, they post workout videos, they post dietary plans, things like that, and get people to pay for them. And then obviously strippers and porn stars got a hold of it and took it to a totally different level. But like, what do you think about, like, it's chicks that obviously we follow on the Too Much Show official page that, like, brother, like, they've made $1 million off of OnlyFans.
I mean, it shows you the perversion of men in general.
Mm-hmm. Well, men and women, because it is some women.
Yeah, it's a lot of women that support women, actually. Yeah. It's more than normal, actually. Mm-hmm. But I want to go in deeper. Do you see this happening now with TikTok? Have you been noticing that?
Yeah. Because here's the thing.
I thought TikTok was for kids, B.
Oh, I know. And it's going to be to the point. So parents, if you out there listening, you're going to have to start censoring your kids on TikTok. But you remember Twitch went through that phase and like they had to clean shit up. Because remember, chicks would be in bikinis. They
still do.
Yeah. So Twitch was literally for live stream gaming. And like now you got chicks that's gaming, but then their titties is out, or you know what I'm saying, they ass is out or something like that. You know
they
what I'm
do.
saying?
They be dressing the cosplay and all of that. They still do.
Yeah.
Like lip slips and everything.
Exactly. So it's just one of those things where, unfortunately, where there's money, you're always going to have individuals who are going to take advantage of that situation and just be like, you know what, man, fuck it. Like I can invade this, or I can do this, or I can do that. I mean, it is like you said, it is perversion. and perversion infiltrates everything.
But my thing is, with exploitation, the consequences behind it is the respect level people have from you. So I think that should come into accountability on how you carry yourself in public. People going to say foul shit to you because of the way you carry yourself. My thing is, why do people get so offended by it like they don't see it coming?
And here's the thing, and I'm glad that you said that, and I'm sure we're going to get some backlash from this, but this is the thing. Yes, I am an advocate for women should be able to freely dress the way they want. They should be able to think what they want. They should be able to act the way that they want. Mm-hmm. But what they need to understand, and what people need to understand, is the way that you carry yourself. Unfortunately, there are going to be ignorant people out there that are going to feel like that because you are doing something that you automatically are down with a certain thing. So like, I'll give a prime example. There are some strippers who get offended when guys say, hey, you know, how much is it going to cost for us to get, you know, acquainted in the VIP room or for us to do whatever in the VIP room? Strippers get upset. But you can't get upset because there are other strippers out there or other exotic dancers out there who do solicit their body and say, hey, you can have sex with me for this amount of money, or you can do this with me for that amount of money.
Yeah, that's like having a lap dance and you whip out.
Yeah.
Like, you don't expect me to? I don't know. It's just... people got to realize whatever you do, the consequence is the type of disrespect you're going to have. It's a disrespect in everything you do. Like, for example, our show. If somebody say our opinions are stupid, I can't be mad about that because I put myself in a position to get criticized in that manner.
Exactly.
I can't get mad at that. Either I take it in stride or I respond accordingly. But it ain't going to get to the part like, you know what I mean? No one calls me stupid. I don't do this. No. Exactly. That's a person's opinion. You can't nullify a person's opinion. Especially when you put yourself in that position to take that criticism. Mm-hmm. I guess my thing behind it all, and the reason why I don't want to do all of this, is because the way my mind works compared to other people, I guess is different because I feel as though like a lot of people at the end of the day follow trends, say stuff, later on regret it, goes against themselves, and then it's just a cycle of contradiction.
Yep. Let me tell you something. For the most part, if I said something, I said it. There are times where I'm obviously 5-10 years ago, I've spoke from a place of ignorance and I've grown from that. But like, there are just things in general. At the end of the day, I will still stand by no matter what. Like I tell women all the time, at the end of the day, like women who sit up there and try to shame, let's just say Selena Powell, or they shame Kim Kardashian. Oh, you know, all they got rich from was being a thot and being a whore and all of that. And, you know, they she released the sex tape and all that. So, and I asked them, and I tell them, I don't need the answer. How many sexual partners do you have? So you telling me if those sexual partners weren't willing to pay you this, would you not have had sex with them? You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you shame them, but you are them, but you're just them in secret. So, okay, great. So it's because it's only a few hundred people know who you are versus millions. I'm sorry. They took their platform and they've made it, they capitalized on it. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who like sex. And if you're going to pay me to like sex, that's just what I'm going to do. It's no.
That's a career. Yeah, a career is a profession that you love to do.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, you're not going to sit up here and shame it. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't even call pornography a career for Kim Kardashian because she literally
it's not.
At one time and got buku bucks off of it.
Yeah, she became a socialite to an entrepreneur. And that's another thing. It's what you use with that power, really. Exactly. Because she's doing it for good and everything. A lot of people that just to be thatting is still thatting and complain about that and they're not making money from thatting.
Yep.
Don't blame her because Vivid made her and Ray J an offer and she got that bag and then went off and did her own success off that.
Exactly. like, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, I will never be mad at Kim K, because at the end of the day, mostly everybody that I know likes sex. And if you telling me you offer me millions of dollars to film sex that I'm having and release it upon the world, I'm fine with that. Especially with the work that she's doing now with the criminal justice and getting people out and setting people free. Like, come on.
Like, let's be real. If she gets C Murder out, everybody gonna be on her dick.
Of course.
And that's another thing too. A lot of people shit on Kanye for the support and all that, but when he had that meeting with Trump and Trump Towers, you know what they talk about? Try to free some of these Chicago gangsters out here.
Yep.
He was talking about prison reform in that meeting.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. And like I said, and that's another thing too I want to talk about. Like, people got to stop going with what's cool and look at things as a whole. Like, I get tired of people. Like, obviously you're going to have followers, but like at the end of the day, like, study and research stuff for yourself. Stop reading the headlines and not actually clicking into the article and reading it. Because a lot of times when you click into the article, you read it, it's the headlines doesn't even match the content.
The headline is meant for you to read the rest of the article. It's sensationalism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's sensationalism. You got to read the whole article.
Exactly.
And honestly, sometimes you have to, I wouldn't say lure yourself to that level, but you have to kind of match their psyche at the time they say certain things too. Yeah. Because that's one thing I'm learning with a Kanye West, going back over the stuff he said a few years. Now, the way he worded it may be awful, but his intent, the message he was trying to give, might have been purer than a lot of people think.
And that's literally what I try to tell people. And people sit up here, oh no, I'm not buying Yeezys, I'm not doing this. And I'm like, listen, you don't have to. Other people are going to buy Yeezys. Yeezys are going to sell out regardless. And
but
like
the thing is, all this stuff he was saying at the end was talking about breaking cycles, being free, and entrepreneurship.
Yep.
Like, the whole slavery was a choice thing. Yes, I will go back and say it. It sounded bananas when he talked about it.
Absolutely.
But when you really sit down and think of the entrepreneur mindset, you do have a choice to sign to this company.
Yeah.
You do have a choice to sign on this contract.
Yeah.
You do have an option to say no. Now, the consequences may be vital, but you still have the choice to say no matter what.
Exactly.
Now, to relate it to slavery, I wouldn't went that far at that time in that platform, and the guy you was talking to, Stan Lathan, not a good move. But his message behind at the end of the day was about pure entrepreneurship, a thing that us in the Black community lack. We have the spending dollar, but not the creativity to do it. And even if we have the creativity to do it, one of the biggest things we do lack in Black-owned businesses, and I keep it real, is customer service. We be shitting on our own people.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I'll give you a prime example. And this actually just happened to me this week. I won't name the person, but here's what happened. So I'm in a group and it's like Black owned, you know what I'm saying? That it's basically promote your Black owned business. And this person, somebody made a post and said, hey, is there anybody that can make shirts that basically say, hey, because, you know, everybody has the shirts and like the WNBA players are wearing that says arrest the cops who shot Breonna Taylor. And then on the back of it is Breonna Taylor's face. So this person said, hey, I can make these shirts. So I said, okay, cool. I sat there, I messaged the person. I said, hey, how much? They gave me their price. I said, okay, cool. Except I told them, I said, hey, I actually want my shirt to say convict the cops that shot Breonna Taylor, because I don't care about arrest. Like we see arrests happen all the time. And then these fucking
That's step one.
Yeah. I wanted to say convict the cops that shot Breonna Taylor and have a picture of Breonna Taylor on the back of the shirt. Okay, cool. They say yes. Then I say, hey, okay, send me your PayPal. I don't hear from that person for the rest of the day. Mind you, that last message that I sent to them, and obviously I'm guesstimating, but I sent that last message to that person. I would say about 1 or 2 o'clock. Didn't hear from them the rest of the day. Then the following day in the afternoon, hey, I was busy and all of that. Yes, I can make those shirts for you. I can have it ready for this time. I said, okay, what's your PayPal? Like, you didn't tell me what your PayPal is. Oh,
Like, you want this money?
Yeah. Listen, it's been a busy day, but I'm going to send it to you. Okay, great. And then literally today, probably about 2 hours before we did the show, this person sends me that. I'm sorry. I'm not wasting my time at this point.
And you know what's sad about it too is like time is such of an essence. Say if you was really, really, I need this shirt for a show or something, a live show or something. Yeah. You would have found it for somebody else that day, that night. And you just missed out on a prime opportunity to make money and expose due to your lackadaisicalness. Because, dog, It's a messenger. Like I'm on this phone right now. I am typing messages.
Yep.
That it is easy. That's how easy it is for you to make money, and you still ruin the opportunity of it for pure laziness. Now, my example has something to do more with like the food industry, because a lot of Black entrepreneurs are dabbling in the food industry. Mm-hmm. And one thing I noticed, like even small establishments like a Wendy's or something like that, they mess up your order. What they do right away when you complain about it, they give you a free meal. No complaints. Even if you're trying to game them, which some people do. And I did this one time at a Black-owned restaurant. I'm like, I did not order this. It took me 30 minutes arguing with them, arguing me up and down like, you did order this. This was in your order. I have it written down right here. I'm like, you might have miscommunicated that. I did not want this in my meal. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, it took attitude and everything, and for me calling the manager to finally get it taken off my bill. Not even get a new one made. Or get this next time I'm here, just to get that little thing discounted from my bill took me over 30 minutes.
Yep.
Like customer service is very important, Black entrepreneurs. You got to take care of the people that's paying you.
Oh, absolutely. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, I think a lot of times we get so caught up in not taking a loss. You take a bigger loss when people decide not to buy with you versus you just making something over again. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll give you an example. I was at Jody's Cafe, and they're in where are they at? They're like in it's like Beltsville, College Park, Maryland. So
got you. That area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So literally, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I bought 3 meals. I bought shrimp po' boys with crab fries, and their fries actually have crab meat on them. Their shrimp po' boys is 100% authentic shrimp. I ordered, they brought me 2, and I'm like, hey, I'm supposed to have 3. They're like, you sure? They're like, damn, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. You know what they did? They took the 2 meal. They not only did they make me a 3rd one, but the 2 that I had, they didn't want them to be cold. So they took them back, threw them out, made all 3 new ones.
And you know what's crazy? From a story like that, next time I visit that area, I will go to that restaurant because of the customer service.
Mm-hmm. Because they told me, they said, hey, we don't want you to have 2 cold meals and 1 hot one. We need you to have 3 hot meals. So that's what we're going to do.
Ain't bitch about it nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. You got to learn customer service, because there's a lot of food critics out there on the low too. Like people have these strong columns when they write a Yelp review, and thousands of people follow them. Off that one interaction, you could lose a lot of business of service. Now, if somebody acting rude, belligerent, and all that, of course you got to handle yourself accordingly. But if somebody just like, hey, you miss extra onions, and you get mad over that.
Yeah. Like here's
I'm supposed to continue to support you. How you gonna bitch about it when you not even on point?
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think at the end of the day, we can just sit up there and admit it. It's okay to admit when you're wrong. You get what I'm saying? It's okay to admit, to say, hey, I messed up. I didn't get it right. I didn't hear you correctly. It's like sometimes we as people are so afraid to say, oh, I was wrong. That's not the case. I messed up. I'm sorry. Guess what? You know what? Let me make this right for you.
And on the flip end, it established trust. And when you
Yeah,
gain trust and rapport, you gain service for life.
exactly. And Josh, what's up, my brother? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Sports talk with, you know what I'm saying, Tay and Josh. Y'all make sure y'all listen to that as well.
Yep, new episode day or two ago. Make sure I listen to that Apple Podcast and all you other streaming platforms.
Absolutely.
Hey, yeah, we gotta get them on soon because of that Brandy and Monica you don't want to talk about. So I gotta talk about it with somebody.
I mean, I'll talk about it. You know what? Here's the thing. I went back, I listened to some Monica. I even listened to a little bit of Brandy. And I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to that shit on Monday. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when I hear So Gone Over and then Missy coming in, new Monica, I said, you know what? I need to hear that.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. Oh my God, I tell you my childhood experiences. My damn older cousin going to sleep to Brandy, Angel in Disguise. I can listen to that all day, bro.
That sitting in my room, all of that.
Dog, I'm ready. I got my wine glass ready. About to order some Pinot. We're gonna chill.
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Yeah, this one, I'm gonna save the tequila. I'm gonna find, you know what I'm saying, my Black Girl Magic wine. Yes, there's a wine called Black Girl Magic, and it's owned by Black women.
Send me that link.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna order that, and that's what we're gonna sip on while we're enjoying that wonderful versus battle. Because
it got great potential. That's why at first I'm like, you don't want to hear that. I know you as an R&B dude.
Yeah.
So I was like, you don't want to hear that? That's kind of crazy because I like them two. They gyrated like this is the black equivalent of Britney Spears versus Christina Aguilera, pretty much to me.
That's true. I can agree with that.
Like we get Moesha.
True.
And she needs this right now because like people, and I don't get that too. A lot of people trashing Moesha now. It's like crazy. Like they going back and watching the episodes. They shit on Moesha.
Of course. Well, you know what it is. Honestly, well, here's the thing. Obviously, as we've grown, we notice some things in Moesha, you know, we like, we don't agree with. But at the end of the day, it's no need to trash the show. Let it prosper on Netflix. Let Brandy get her money and things like that.
Her flowers, because that's Black history. Like whatever Black teenage shows you had that hit like on real issues.
Exactly. Miles smoking weed. Moesha contemplating if she gonna give up her virginity or not. Who she gonna
Ray J getting in trouble.
Ray J getting in trouble all the time. Come on, man. Like for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you gotta appreciate these things while they did because when it's gone forever, bro.
Exactly.
I'm learning that. I'm learning these things, man. This is great therapy for me. I feel better because I came on this job. I was pissed. I was angry. Now I'm like, we might got hope. As long as I do the 2 month show, I got hope. I can get over this social shit. I can get over these people acting like idiots and all of that, man.
Of course, and that's what it's for. But I mean,
because a lot of people forget a mind is a terrible thing to waste. A lot of people do not say that quote anymore, by the way, but people need to use it more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's real shit. But I mean, but at the end of the day, man, me personally, I don't have anything else for the people. I just want you all to follow Too Much Show official page on IG and Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We want you to follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Too Much Show. All one word, Too Much Show. Do all one word on YouTube. You will find all of our videos.
Yep, and if you got Madden, we'll be streaming very soon, man, on that good old Twitch Too Much Show. Make sure you follow us on that. TMS Gaming is on its way.
That's it. All right. Well, I'm your host, MT, signing off, and with me is my co-host.
Samaro today, Mr. Jones Sunday. Peace.